light of the world. So come on, let's fight for the love. Say we are the light of the world. So come on, let's fight for the love. So let's make it today, and we will see how it affects and how we will be. So let's make it today, and we will see and how it affects how we will be. Cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. So you can help me sing, yeah? Cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. One more time, you can just do it with your hands. Do it with your hands. Cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. One last time, sing with me. Cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. Alright, after me, so listen to this. Loving you, loving me is all we need to be free someday. Hey, is all we need to be free. So I say, loving you, loving me is all we need to be free someday. Hey, what we need to be free. So let's make it today, and we will see how it affects how we will be. So let's make it today, and we will see how it affects how. Let's do go. Cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. One more time, cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. Alright, one more time, let's finish again. Cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. So at the end we are going to stand and say, cause a day like this will come, a day like this will go so easy. Just appreciate yourself.
Awesome, welcome to the Patak Show. That was At Africa Band with Masanga. Masanga, how are you feeling today, man? You're speechless.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Today is just hot. It's just one of those days. It's
we have
awesome.
been looking for it. You've been looking for this song for a long time.
Yes.
So welcome to the Patak Show with me, your host, Dominic. And it's another Wednesday. We missed that other Wednesday because there was a match going on, and we did not want people missing that match and not watch this. I don't know if that would have been the case, but welcome. So we have an audience on set today. You might not be able to see all of them, but you're going to be seeing them, and we are going to make sure that you know what this show becomes one of the very best talk shows here in Kenya, where we can learn to love, laugh, and live out loud. Now listen, I want you to text me, and I want you to text me on 22162. Today's topic is your dream is calling you, and I've got a guest whom we are going to be having this conversation with. But before we go there, as I said, we have some guests, and so we are going to welcome them with a lot of hugs. So I get some clips sent to my WhatsApp, and these beautiful clips I got, and there's the first one. It's so beautiful. It's about anyway. Just watch this. Watch this. So it's about the kids hugging, and somehow I can't. I would wish we could be able to play on the screen here, but the beautiful things of those kids hugging. I don't know if the audience can be able to see those kids. No, is it possible from? Okay. But the kids are turning to each other and they keep hugging, and somehow I imagine as if it's some Kenyan setting somewhere. Hey, sijakuona siku nyingi. Hey, dio. Alafu they turn to each other and haya hata kuja hapa. Hey, dio. Hey, mama nani. Hey, guo. So, all right. Okay, so like these kids, when I was young, I used to think driving. We used to do some exercise. I would sit next to the driver and try to pretend drive. And I used to think when you're driving, you've got like, you know, really push. But after seeing this clip, I think I was doing it wrong. Watch this. I'm told, yeah, okay. So watch this clip of the driver and how he, you know. Okay, all right. So yeah, keep watching. You'll see. It's amazing. All right. So wow. So it looks like a sling, some sleigh driving. I don't know what it is like. All right. Okay. Right now. I don't know if you've ever been in a matatu, and when you are in a matatu, you're on your phone, and someone keeps sneak peeking on your phone, and you just move away, and someone keeps looking at your phone. And I mean, it's irritating because you're doing your own private stuff, and someone next to you keeps watching. I think it happens from the time you are young. It's something in you. Just watch this clip of this kid who cannot stop watching his father's phone. You see, he's interested. So the father moves away, and the kid moves. And the father realizes once again that he's watching, so he moves. And the kid moves again, and he tries to hide, and there you are. So I tend to think that I know what happened to that kid. I think that kid got baptized by fire. Really baptized by fire. Just watch this clip. I think he's not being baptized. Watch this. I don't know what happens. Some churches. Look this. 1 and 2. All right, man, this is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I don't know, baptism by fire. I don't know what happened. That kid must have been a Christian, whether he likes it or not. All right, so welcome to the Power Talk Show. This is going to be one of the best shows you're going to be watching today. We're going to take a short break right now. I'm giving it back to At Africa, and when we come back, we shall see my guest. We're going to be talking about Your Dream is Calling You. And with my audience, we're going to have a nice conversation today. So I give it back to At Africa. Masanga, you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Dance, footy dance. Oh, footy dance, footy dance. Oh, let's go. Footy dance, footy dance. Oh, footy dance, footy dance. Oh, then you go. My life I give it to you. Footy. My life I give it to you. Footy. One more time. My life I give it to you. Footy. My life I give it to you. Footy. Then you go. Footy. Oh. Footy. Oh. One more time. Footy. Oh. Kama soja napiga saluti, shika mic wachilia kabunduki. One more time.
Full of energy. Awesome, man. Awesome. We are going to make sure that next time we're able to see you.
Yes.
Together with the audience.
With the
dancing.
audience.
Yeah, to make sure that the audience comes on stage and dances, right? So, all right. So, we're gonna get now right to the interview, and make sure that you text me, and if you have a question, please do ask, or if you have a suggestion, please do ask, because this one is going to be one of the best conversations we've ever had that can help impact your life. Sir, welcome.
Thank you so much, George.
All right.
Glad to be here. Yes, absolutely.
You have been here before?
Yes, there's a program that you used to do here called the Taji Show. Yes.
By KBC, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
KBC channel.
Yes.
You used to be part of the show?
Yes, I used to be an invited guest, just like you've done today.
Amazing.
Yes, but I really like this, a power talk. I like this because every human being has power. Yes.
Can you hear that?
Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome.
Good. Yes.
So kindly, because you've been here on the Y254 for the first time, the Power Talk Show for the first time.
Yes.
It would be great to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad glad to be here. My name is Mbogwa Mombi. I do several things in life. I am a life coach. I'm an international motivational speaker. I am an inspirational author. I am also a corporate trainer. We run a company called Success Signature. I am a former banker, a senior banker with Barclays Bank in this country. But I'm also a father and a husband.
Right.
My son is right here in the audience.
Awesome.
But that is not where I started. I started off as a street boy.
Wait. Okay. First of all, let's talk about those good things you mentioned. That you are a banker. You started a company called
Success Signature, which is a corporate training company. Yes,
okay.
yes.
So that's not where you started.
That is not where I started.
Please now. So when you say you started as a street boy,
Yes.
can you just tell us briefly about that? Because
I was forced to move to the streets because of hunger. I was born in a family of 11 children by a single mother. My mother didn't go to school. My mother didn't get married. I hope the audience won't ask me where the children came from if my mother never got married.
We won't ask.
You know, sometimes I think we are miracle babies, honestly. And therefore...
Wait, now because you brought this on yourself. you look alike, at least that part.
No, we don't.
Okay, fine.
Only about 3 of us look alike. Only about 3 of us look alike. The others, 11, the other 8, we don't look alike.
You're not very good.
And I'm extremely happy about this blending.
Okay.
Extremely happy.
Blending.
The other day, I was in Kisumu last week on Friday, and some records told me, you must be Ogola. And I said, yes, I am. And I think I'm Ogola.
You didn't argue out.
No, I didn't argue out. Because first and foremost, I'm a Kenyan, and God is our father. So we were extremely poor, being raised by a single mother who was a barmaid, working in a bar in a rural shopping center. Nobody ever gave us a chance. Nobody. We were stigmatized, we were stereotyped, we were scandalized. Mazeni ile ulikuwa naona nika hatuna future ata tulikuwa tumekuwa written off kabisa. But I want to tell this to the audience. I am who I am today, and our siblings are who they are today because of especially one word: hope. Our mother told us, whatever we are going through today is not the yardstick, is not the measure of our tomorrow. Look, that changed us. She gave us hope. She told us every challenge is a seed of opportunity. And the bigger the challenge, the greater the opportunity. Our mother gave us, what would I call it, self-belief and character and values. And I remember, like when I was in class 5, my mother took me to a bank in Thika. She was going to meet a friend of hers, a woman who was working in that bank as a messenger. Because I had been at home for 2 weeks because I didn't have a school uniform. Up to class 5 in primary school, I had never worn a school uniform.
Not because it was not required, but because
I couldn't afford. And we got a new head teacher who says uniform is a must. Lazima kila mwanafunzi of a uniform. And we are sent home. I stay at home for 2 weeks. There's no hope inside. So one Monday morning, my mother decides, because I was putting a lot of pressure on my mother and crying. And by the way, it's good for me to say this. I was very disciplined. Because let us speak the truth. Without discipline, it doesn't matter whether you go to Harvard or Oxford or Nairobi University. You'll end up being nothing. Discipline is the most important foundational pillar for success. So my mother takes me to the bank to go and plead with this woman. I'm kopeshe 30 bob, not 300, not 3,000 for my school uniform. I go to the bank, I see heaven. I actually asked my mother whether we were in heaven. Money, smart people, brrr, and many questions. But one particular question I asked her, and the answer she gave me changed my life, changed my thinking. The human power is in the thinking. It is in the mind. It is not in your degrees. It is not in your tribe. It is not in your region. It is not in where you came from. This is the seat of God in a human being's life. Here, what you think is what you become. But you have to think persistently, and you have to think in total belief. So I asked my mother, Mom, is it possible for me when I finish school? Mom, is it possible for me when I grow up to work here? Listen, George Dominic. My mom told me, it's your choice.
It's your choice. It's powerful.
She told me it's your choice. Then she told me 3 things I'll never forget. And even when you're doing corporate training, I'll never forget these 3 things. She told me, if you are disciplined, if you work hard, if you believe in God, discipline, work hard and believe in God, you too can become.
Absolutely.
And I became a banker. I became.
Now, wait a minute. Out of the 11, you are which position?
5.
Position 5.
Yes.
Now, you're in class 5.
Yes.
You go into a bank to
Absolutely.
30 shillings.
Yes.
You want to ask for 30 shillings.
Yes.
As class 5.
Absolutely.
And how many years did it take you to work in that bank?
Good question, because after high school, number one, when I did primary school, I passed very well. I was meant to go to a national school. Oh, thank you, guys. Although I can see some guy there, some lady there wondering how well is well. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day.
Well, huh?
But how well is well. But remember, I was actually supposed to go to a national school. But when the admission letter came for me, and I was the most excited, most elated boy in the village, you can imagine going to the very school that you chose.
Which was?
Muranga High School. Muranga High School, yes, Muranga High School. When I read the admission letter to my mother, she had no word. She was speechless. Kimya ya mtumaji ya mtungi. And then she started shedding tears. I couldn't join Muranga High School. Not that year, at least.
School fees.
School fees, of course. But I thank God for humanity, for friends, and also the church, especially the Catholic Church. I actually joined Muranga High School 1 year later. Because
so you finished class 8, spent a whole year waiting?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely, Muranga High School.
Wow.
There's not a single term in Muranga High School I was never sent home for the balance of school fees. Not one single term. Sometimes you sent home 3 times in one term. Probably subsequently, I didn't make it to college, to university. Nilihata by 2 points to the university. And by the way, it's important for me to say this. Dominic, when I failed to make it to the university, I thought that was the end of my life. I'll tell you what I attempted.
You attempted suicide?
Because I thought that was the end of life. I thought without a degree you can never mount to anything good. I thought that, honestly. To me, success or heaven meant a degree. Here you are, you don't make it. And let me tell you, I became depressed, for real. It took the effort of a psychiatrist, and I'll never forget him. He was a priest, but then he was a lecturer at Catholic University. Still there, he's now Professor Wanjohi. He's the one who told me, the problem with us human beings is that we see life in a linear manner, one direction, one window, one door. But God has an unlimited number of doors. You are just thinking a degree. God is thinking something different because He is not limited. And believe you me, that changed my life. I tarmacked. But I was losing hope, almost losing hope. The times you face so many challenges, you even start doubting the very existence of God. You start doubting. Because you ask yourself, if God really exists, and He created me without my application, I never applied to God to create me, why then is He subjecting me to this kind of challenges? It's possible, and it is normal for you to start doubting the existence of God. But don't allow it to overcome you. This is very important. And believe you me, at one time I saw an advertisement for a diploma course in Kiambu Institute, electrical engineering, and I applied, and the letter came for admission, and I was, I told my mom had been admitted to Kiambu Institute. It didn't occur to me that mom still doesn't have money. It It didn't occur to me. And I can tell you, the old woman realized, if I tell this young man there is no money, he may end his life.
Did she know the first time that you thought about it, or you attempted suicide?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this time what does she do? She organizes for a fundraiser, Kachai. And of course people came. But yes, but you can imagine who came. Just ordinary people who had little to offer, the best they could offer. The funds collected were not even half what was needed by Kiambu Institute. But nevertheless, my mother, with all the courage and confidence, herself took me to Kiambu Institute. And she was told, there is no way, we cannot admit a student with this amount. We can't. Don't even talk about it, don't even imagine, don't even discuss. Go away. She refused to go away. My mother left Kiambu Institute, I will never forget, at 6. And I was finally admitted. But I lasted only 1.5 semesters because there was no money. And one day, over the night, the most agonizing, traumatizing night I've ever had. Because we were told that morning during the assembly by the principal, if you know you have balance from semester 1, please, being in class on Monday is a crime. That night, believe you me, I decided, because I never slept an iota, I decided I will leave the college, never to return. I never even told my cube mates, the 3 of them, never. I left KIST, never to return. I actually returned to KIST much later, a few years ago, to do these talks. And I went out, and I didn't know where I was going. And I knew if I go home, it will affect my mom. So I went to a few friends here in town. But I can tell you, the following year, through Tama King, believe you me, I went to Barclays Bank. I told them I have come to work here, and ultimately I got a job in Barclays, but I was not qualified. I didn't have the education for a clerical job. So I started working in Barclays as a T-boy. But in my 7th year in Barclays Bank, I was heading the 2nd largest branch of Barclays in Kenya, called Enterprise in Industrial Area. Why? Number one, with all due respect, because there is God who created you for a purpose. Nobody can go to a factory and invest in a product and manufacture a product that is useless, that does not work, that has no chance for success. Every human being is designed, created for greatness. We have power within us. It doesn't matter your tribe, your gender, your background. It doesn't matter. Inside every human being there is a seed of greatness. And that is why all human beings are the same, basically. One head, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 legs, 1 heart, 1 brain. And I want to tell you today, contrary to what we have been told, our human brain has the same capacity. Believe you me. The only difference is that it's like a car. Talked about a car. If you're driving the very same model of car, very same model, Toyota Land Cruiser VX V8, same make, you know, same model.
I have a Pro Box.
No, I know your vehicle. I know your vehicle. Don't try to deceive the audience. We know your vehicle. We know. If we both of us are driving the same vehicle on, let's say, Thika Super Highway, and you're doing your VX at 140 kilometers per hour, you don't even mind the police, and I'm doing it at 70 kilometers per hour. You're doing 140, I'm doing 70. Who has a better car? None. Who is driving on a better road? None.
But
why is he doing 140 and I'm doing 170? Excuse me. Maybe he's more experienced. That's the same thing about our brain. You can only drive based on your experience about how your brain works.
You're very passionate about this. But we need to take a break right now.
Let's take a break, man.
Let's take a break. This is amazing. Thank you so much. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
We're gonna
Thank
give
you.
it like
Thank you. Thank you.
so much
Thank you.
go right now.
Absolutely.
And I want us to do some interaction with the audience. So I'm gonna give it back to at Africa Kenya to give us a short break. And then when you come back, if you have a question to Mr. Mbugu, I'm gonna give it to you. All right.
Mikononi mwake Mungu wetu ana maskini na tajiri ana, ndio maana situna tuko mikononi mwake. Mungu wetu ana maskini na tajiri ana, ndio maana situna tuko mikononi mwake. Mungu wangu wanapenda penda penda, ndio maana mimi nateka teka teka. Mungu wangu wanapenda na teka penda na teka, ananipenda. Mungu wangu wanapenda penda penda, ndio maana mimi nateka teka teka, napenda na penda na teka. Let's one more time. Mungu wetu ana maskini na tajiri ana, penda penda, ndio maana situna tuko mikononi mwake. Mungu wetu ana maskini na tajiri ana, ndio maana situna tuko mikononi mwake. I feel like that song goes with the story, with the topic.
Yeah, with the topic.
Yes.
Absolutely. Actually, Mungu anapenda, and this
Maskini na
is
tajiri.
evidence. Maskini na tajiri. Usually we are a full band, by the way. There are usually 8 members,
Yeah.
but today we are only having the 3. When next time they'll actually. What do you think?
No, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I like the originality, especially the percussion.
Yeah, it's going in very well, right?
Absolutely. Very well indeed.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, umesikia, umeambiwa.
Absolutely.
You're going
Thank
so
you.
far.
Your original,
You know,
yes.
from a T-boy to a bank manager.
Absolutely.
You're
Absolutely.
gonna get there.
Yes.
So if you have a question, if there is one question, you can move to Masanga as we continue the conversation here.
Yes.
Utavuka tu uende usimame next to Masanga there. One lady and one gentleman, those who might have a question. I want to come back to you first
Please,
of all,
yes.
as we continue this conversation. You are an author.
Yes, I am an author, thank God.
Could you tell us maybe partly, just briefly,
Thank you.
on the books that you've
Yes,
written?
I have written 4 books at the moment. My first publication is called Excuse Me, Your Dream is Calling You. It's a book I wrote before I left employment. And this is a book that helps people to really discover their greatness. Everybody has a
excuse
dream.
me,
Your dream is calling you.
That's your very first book.
Your very first book. My other book is called Vitamins for Success. Is it about how the mind works? The mind is the seat of God in our life. That book is called Becoming an A Student in Life. It's basically modeled for college and high school students.
Okay.
And the fourth one is called Designed a Champion. That
So
within
that
you.
one you said is
Which
the
one?
third one.
Becoming
there
an
is-
A student in life.
Becoming an A student.
An
And
A
you're
student
saying
in
it's
life.
more for university
Modeled
students.
for college and high school students.
Oh,
Very, very
our
powerful.
audience is from the University of Nairobi.
Absolutely. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a book they ought to have.
Awesome.
And also, Excuse Me, Your Dream is Calling You, because this is really a book that helps you to discover who you are. It shares very insightful, practical steps on how you can discover the greatness inside you. Absolutely. Yes.
We actually call this show in honor of that book, Your Dream is Calling.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm truly, truly humbled by that. Truly humbled by that, because every human being has a dream. I tell people, if you allow me, I tell people that, for example, when God created an egg,
All right.
inside an egg, a fertile egg,
Wait. The chicken or the egg?
which one came first? That's a good question. By the way, which one? Students are here. They should tell us. They're the ones who are doing research. Which one came first? Not there? Absolutely. God never created seeds. He never created seeds. He created the end result to produce the seeds. He created a man to produce the sperm, a woman to produce the seed. He created trees. So it is the hen that came first, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. So, and therefore, I was saying is that, you see, ordinary eyes may just see an egg to eat. But if you think visionary, if you think dreams, if you think future, you know this egg hides a chicken. If you break this egg now, you can see a chicken. Do not define your greatness by your current circumstances. Don't define your tomorrow by what you're going through. Define it through what you call self-awareness. Try to find out who you are, and you'll be shocked to realize, and I mean it, every boy that was born into this world, every boy is a Nelson Mandela hidden, is a Tiger Woods hidden, is a Mark Zuckerberg hidden, is a Dr. Manu Chandaria hidden. Every girl that God created, believe you me, is a Wangari Maathai hidden, is a Mother Teresa hidden, is an Oprah Winfrey. True story. But unfortunately, we may not become Oprah if we do not start the journey to understanding who you are. Because when you understand who you are, you get to understand what you have. When you understand what you have, then you can use it to be successful.
Absolutely. Amazing.
Absolutely.
I think my takeaway still is from a T-boy to banker.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm gonna give it now to. I can see there are two people who have some questions. So ladies first. Ladies first. Okay. So you can take the mic and just introduce yourself, what you're doing, and then you can ask your question.
Yes, thank you. My name is Catherine Ogaki. Just completed second year, geospatial engineering. Mr. Mbugu, I'm interested about the 7 years as a T-boy. That journey of being a T-boy, initially you told us you wanted to go to work in the bank. Did you have the idea of what exactly you wanted to do in the bank, or did you just want to work in the bank? Because maybe that 7 years of being a T-boy, there was so much going through your mind. Tell us about it. My second and last question is about the response of the society, the family, when you are going through all this. Sometimes they can see you as a failure. Sometimes it can become so hard. How did you treat that, and how did you get through that to become the successful man you are today?
Thank you for that question. Awesome. So we'll take a question each. We'll come back. All right.
Great question. Thank you, Agaki. I just need to correct. I was not a T-boy for 7 years.
Yes.
I was not a T-boy for 7 years.
Yes.
I only said that by my 7th year in the bank, I had risen from a T-boy to a senior manager, a span of 7 years. I was actually a T-boy for about 6 months. Just about 6 months. I think the other question is what inspired. When I went to the bank with my mother, it's not because before then I had thought of a bank. I had never seen a bank. I never knew a bank existed.
That's why you thought.
The only one thing that was driving me when I went to the bank, ile mazee kitu ilinishika ni pesa, ni do. Hakuna kitu ingine, let me not cheat. Ni do. I actually probably thought that the money I was seeing, I thought they actually share it out amongst themselves every day and they take home. So I had it was not a dream I had before then hitherto. It's that sight of money that captivated me and just bound my mind. So before then I had never thought about, I didn't even know what was the career projection in the progression in the bank and so on and so forth. But when I entered, and I'm glad I was mentored, I met great people there who told me how far you can be in this bank and how fast you can arrive is really your choice. And by the way, the reason they gave me the clerical job, even if I didn't have the requisite education, is because, believe you me, and this is very important, they saw my discipline, they saw my commitment, my diligence, my integrity. That's what really, somebody said, this boy may not have the education to be to become a clerk, but his heart, the way his diligence, the way he goes about his job, that is really what won my next position.
So basically, yes. If I get you well,
yes,
going to the bank was your sort of a burning bush moment.
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely, you have it right. Now, the other question is about how do you deal with discouragement from the society? Let me tell you this. First and foremost, I would want to credit that to our mother. Our mother helped us to believe in ourselves. Our mother created a future in our mind for us, a better future for that matter. She gave us hope. If you do not have a clear picture of the future you desire, and I'm glad we have students here, if you do not ask yourself today, Catherine, what do I want to become through my degree? How do I want to touch humanity through my degree? Let me tell you the truth, you will die looking for a job. And I want to disabuse this this very bad notion. I'm sorry we are told that we go to school to get employment. Can I tell you today, employment is one of the greatest slavery on earth. I can say that again. Employment is one of the greatest slavery on earth. When you are employed, if I employ you, you are pushing my dream. You are pushing my agenda. Because you are yet to discover your dream or your agenda. God never created us for employment. And I'm not condemning employment. I was employed for about 12 years. School ought to be an opportunity where we discover ourselves and become who we ought to become. And I want to encourage this mindset in young people. Do not become over-dependent on the government. You will be frustrated. Do not become over-dependent on jobs. You will be frustrated. Be creative. Be innovative. Come up with ideas that can make you an entrepreneur. And through that entrepreneurship, you can impact a larger part of the society.
Awesome.
Don't graduate with the mentality that you're looking for a job. You look for it until death. The society today is very uncouth. Do not respect your degrees, but you have an idea, a creative idea, and you can start something of your own that has value, that impacts the society. The world starts looking for you.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Now, before you give the second person, I would like to, the viewers at home, please engage with this conversation. This is an intense, I told you it's going to be an intense conversation we are having today, very educative. So keep those texts coming on 22162, starting with the word power. So text us here and also be part of the conversation. So I hope at least after we ask the question now, one of you will have, the questions will have come in. Most of what we are sending in is suggestions which we really like, comments and all that. But also if you have a question, they are also very, very welcome. So I'm going to go to second gentleman.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Duncan Makoha. I'm a third-year student at the University of Nairobi, and I'm pursuing Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. To our guest tonight, from your story, it's quite clear that you've become a better man who you are today because of the generosity from the society.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, as a person who has achieved a lot, what are you doing to assist those who are struggling within our society? Thank you.
I can answer that?
Yes, please do.
Thank you, Makoha. Thank you, Makoha. That's a good question. That's a good question. It is true, I am who I am today because of the society. And I will never, never lose cognizance of that fact. Absolutely. Actually, one of the reasons that drove me to resign from Barclays, I resigned from employment on the 1st of April 2008. My resignation letter, the title, the subject was not resignation like many people would write. Makoha, my title was The Road Least Traveled. I still have a copy of that till today. And I said, God has inspired some new knowledge in me. You know that great book called the Bible says we perish for lack of knowledge. And when I realized, especially after the inspiration and the message God gave me and I wrote in this book, I realized humanity is ailing because they don't know themselves. So I decided to leave a lot of money in a big rank in the bank to come and share knowledge. That is one way I do it. I've gone to many schools ever since I resigned in the year 2008. I think I've done over 700 schools in this country. I've done colleges, I've done institutions. And especially for our schools in slums, I do it for free. I do mentorship. I support to the extent I can, even a few pupils and students who may not be able to financially meet their school fees. So to a small extent, not to a large extent. And number two, so I don't regard myself as successful. I am works in progress. I am works in progress. I think the most successful person is the one who is already dead, having achieved their purpose. I don't think it is truly possible for one to be really successful in this world, because again, success is not about what car are you driving, how much money do you have in your bank account, where are you living, what is your dress code. That is not success. Success really is about, do you feel fulfilled by what you're doing? My greatest fulfillment in this world is when I touch a life. There's no greater moment in my life than when I get an email or a text or a tweet or a Facebook post, or I meet with somebody in the street and they tell me, Mbogo Mombi, you changed my life. That's the greatest happiness I have. I don't want to be remembered for where I lived. I want to be remembered for the impact I had on this society. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You got that? All right. And please don't sit, because I want to read something someone here is saying, or just what you are saying, what fulfills you the most. Says,
yeah.
I'm so inspired. I was a student at Catholic University where I dropped after I wasn't able to pay my school fees, but I believe one day he will make a way. God will make a way. And that's Kelvin from Embu. Thank you so much, Kelvin from Embu, for that text. Okay, so Masanga, do you have a question yourself?
Maybe I ask.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask. It's about you spoke about finding yourself.
Yes.
Finding yourself. So apparently, let me first say I've read this book. I did not know you're the author. This one, it's vitamins.
Yeah, vitamins.
I have it.
Oh my!
in my
I'm humbled.
Personal library.
It's called personal library. Thank you. No, say don't know. You must be touched on. No, you talked of
Finding yourself.
Yeah, finding yourself. Can you just share like two things or two ways, two methods of someone finding themselves where they are living their purpose?
Thank you, Ashanga. An American writer called Mark Twain said that the two most important days in your life. The two most important days in your life are, one, the day you were born. Two, many people think the second most important day is the day you die. No, it's the day you discover your purpose or why. And let me tell you, the most important question every human being should be asking themselves, the one question that should be giving you sleepless night is, why am I here? What on earth am I here to do? Because everything has been created for a purpose. This cup, this laptop, this mic, this music system, everything has a very specific purpose. Me, I tell people there is no heaven except through living your purpose. How can we achieve that? And I'm sorry to say this, I realize our school system doesn't help us to understand or discover our purpose. I'm sorry to say this, church does not help, religion does not help. And I'm sorry, our parents are not equipped to help us because they're also not equipped. I'm sorry. Today, it will take a lot of effort, either through reading, for example, or through mentorship. If you can find somebody, and I'm glad for this program because this is one of the avenues that can help people to discover their purpose. When you bring guests like this who have gone through some certain experiences and they have overcome them, there's no better way. So this is an extremely important program. If you can get a mentor is like a coach, a football coach. I don't know whether how your team fared in the World Cup in Russia, but I can see most of you are grooming, except one lady over there. She must have been supporting France.
Majority of us were Croatia.
You see, the Croatia. You see, the work of a coach or a mentor is not to give the player power or energy, or it's there to help the player discover that they have that. We can use the same strategy. Get somebody that you admire because they're successful and they have the values that you admire in life. Because again, you may get connected with the wrong person, isn't it? And connect with them and ask them, what can I do to be able to achieve my goals? It help you to discover your purpose, set your own goals, help you with the discipline, with the value system, with the right network, with the time management, and so on and so forth. I can tell you, because I know most of you are young, and I'm glad you're here, the number one killer of your destiny today in the world is, the number one killer is distractions. Distractions. Whether through your friends, but the primary distraction is through technology.
Awesome.
let me tell you today. The social media is a weapon of mass destruction. I can tell you that. The social media is a weapon of mass destruction. But the problem is not the social media. The problem is you and I, when we allow the social media, when you allow technology to control us.
Come between you and
There's
your
no
dream.
greater weapon in the world that has ever been made worse than social media.
Umesikia? Umesikia?
I can see most of them. They are victims of social media. I can clearly tell.
They are
I can
victims.
clearly tell.
Okay. So now, because of time, I think we can always continue this conversation,
Thank you.
and
Thank you so
I'm really
much.
grateful. And
you.
before we actually,
Yes,
because
you said you're going to
we
award
gotta
them.
close, huh?
Yes, you're
so
going to
here you
award
are.
them. Yes.
So you can come forward.
Yes, yes.
You may not start because of the
Yes.
the miking.
Yes.
So just maybe start with the lady. Come pick a book.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Wagaki.
Thank you. Yeah.
Excuse me,
awesome.
Rodriguez. My contact is there.
Yeah.
Let's start a conversation. Let's start a conversation.
Sit down right there. Yes. Sit
Oh,
down, yeah,
amazing.
sit down.
Please. Oh,
yes,
this
please.
is awesome.
Karibu.
Makoha. Which one do you want? Which one do you choose your book? Choose your book.
Choose a book.
Choose a book. Wow, Makoha.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Amazing.
thank you. Awesome,
I
awesome.
feel younger. I feel younger.
And finally, we've got also Masanga.
Yeah. Oh, Masanga.
Yeah.
Oh,
Masanga, you asked a question.
Masanga.
Awesome,
Thank you,
awesome.
brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
you said you've gone to schools, right?
Many schools.
Many schools.
Many
Now,
schools.
I went to a school recently, and they asked me a question. It's a riddle.
It's a reader.
A riddle.
Well,
okay?
a riddle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna finish with this riddle. Are you ready? For this riddle?
It's for me?
Yes, for you.
No, it's for the team, isn't it?
You have
It's for the
assistants.
team.
You have assistants.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So it's a very simple.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So A is the father of B.
A is the father of B.
Yes. But B is not the son of A. So who is B?
The mother. Geniuses are not good with riddles.
Yes. Nothing.
She's the daughter.
She's the daughter. of course.
Oh, thank you. You have been my teacher today. You have been my teacher today. Thank
Let
you
me
so
tell you, I
much.
got stuck. You know,
You got
it's so
stuck.
simple that I got stuck. I was just like, no, you know, and I had gone to motivate those students.
It is true.
And now you cannot answer that question. You're like, hey, hapa nimejiangusha mbaya.
It actually shows that each one of us can be each other's teacher.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And sometimes
Yes.
great things are very simple. Because you're thinking I was thinking so hard,
Indeed.
but the answer is right there.
So intellectually.
Mr. Mumbi, we are so grateful
Well, thank you so much.
to have you here.
Absolutely.
And
Privilege.
I think it was absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you.
are one in a very many.
We thank God.
One
We
of
thank
in a,
God.
and
We thank
many
God.
times to get guests like you who have such stories of courage and hope, it's not easy. I think
Thank you.
we live in a
Thank you.
place where many people, even though they believe in God, they are pessimists and they are not. And it's great to have had you here. So you guys, you learned something, isn't it? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
It's an amazing audience.
Yes,
an amazing
amazing
audience. Yes, thank you.
So we're gonna
thank you.
take a break right now, and we'll come back shortly to close up the show. So short break. We'll be back.
Y254. Imagine.
Hi there, my name is Valentine or Color Me Val, and I am a presenter on Y in the Morning, your favorite show on Y254. I have features just for you. 22162 is our text line. Start with YM254 and get a chance to be on TV. Yeah, my name is Valentine. Color Me Val. Hashtag try fast.
Good morning, I am Hilda Wadidi and I bring you the latest in the world of entertainment and news bright and early. So let's get right into it and do not miss out on my segment of It's My Time every day on Y in the Morning.
As for me, Shiko Kaitani, catch me Mondays to Wednesdays and on Fridays from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. on my all-new segment, Hello Day.
And I'm Mr. Music and Lifestyle, or Arts and Culture. If you meet me on the streets, just call me Barry. We serve you with the best dose of entertainment every weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Hashtag Y in the morning.
for all this and so much more,
Only on
Why in the Morning?
Y254. Imagine.
Mr. Mum,
Yes, yes.
Just give us briefly where we can get you.
Thank you very much. You can reach me on 0723 942929, 0723 942929, or on Facebook Mbugua Mombi. Thank you very much.
Mbugua Mombi.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much again, sir.
Most welcome.
So,
thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for your interaction and keeping this conversation going on. I think I actually had a lot of fun, and I also learned a lot listening to Mr. Mbugua Mombi, and I hope he has also inspired you. Remember, there is one lie that most of us believe, that our circumstances define us, and that has been deconstructed. Where you come from, your family, your background doesn't matter. What matters is where you want to go. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. What matters is what you want to go. Remember what he told us when he reached that bank, what the mom said her, if you choose to, you can work here. It's all a matter of choice. Thank you so much. Do be blessed. Have a great week. God bless. And see you next Wednesday. Be mad. As I always say, be exceptional. Make a difference. See ya and good night.
Okay, don't worry. We're starting. We can just all stand up. Let's up. So you just repeat like me, huh? Your dream is calling. Your dream is calling. Your dream is your dream is calling. One more time. Your dream is calling. Again. Your dream is calling. One more time. Your dream. Say your dream. Your dream is calling. One more time. Your dream is. Just do it with me. One more time. Your dream is calling. Your dream is calling. And then out room. Bless your neighbor. Bless your neighbor. Bless your neighbor. Bless your neighbor. 2 by 2, eh? Bless your neighbor. One more time. Bless your neighbor. Bless your neighbor. Bless your neighbor. Bariki ndoto yake, eh? Bariki the dream, eh? One more time. Bless your neighbor. And the show is done. The show is done. We are on Power Talk Show.
Y254. Imagine.